I never believed in time travel. Not really. I'd seen the theories online, the supposed photos, the mysterious interviews, but they always felt fake. Until one night, when everything I thought I knew about reality completely shattered. It was raining, that kind of heavy, endless rain that makes the world feel smaller. My car had broken down on a quiet road just outside town. I was waiting for help when I saw a flash. Not lightning, but something like a pulse, a distortion in the air. Then, out of nowhere, a man appeared. He wasn't dressed for the storm. His clothes were clean, futuristic, smooth, reflective fabric that shimmered like liquid metal. He looked confused, disoriented. When I asked if he was okay, he just stared at me and said something I'll never forget. "What year is this?" I thought it was a joke, but the fear in his eyes said otherwise. When I told him it was 2025, he whispered, almost to himself, "The divergence hasn't happened yet." I took him to my car and gave him a blanket. He introduced himself as Elias, and slowly, over the next 3 days, he told me things that changed my understanding of humanity forever. He said he came from the year 3036, a world completely transformed, yet hauntingly familiar. According to him, time travel wasn't invented by scientists. It was discovered by accident through an artificial intelligence experiment gone wrong. Humanity had merged with artificial intelligence so deeply that the line between human and machine had all but vanished. But Elias claimed he wasn't supposed to be here. He said there was a faction in his time, people who wanted to stop the future from unfolding the way it had. They believed that something in our present, our generation, was the turning point. He called it the Great Divergence. When I asked him what that meant, he hesitated. "It's the moment humanity stops being human. You start letting machines decide who you are, what you believe, what you feel. That's when it begins." I told him that sounded like science fiction. He smiled sadly and said, "That's what we thought too." Over the next few days, he explained that in his time, people had no emotions, not naturally. They used digital implants to simulate joy, fear, even love. Real feelings are unpredictable, and unpredictable humans were considered a risk.
If he was right, then we're not just heading toward the future. We're already rewriting it. Every new piece of technology, every algorithm that predicts our emotions brings us one step closer to the moment humanity stops being human. I don't know what will happen in 2027, but if Elias was telling the truth, then everything we do between now and then will decide the fate of our species. Maybe the future isn't fixed. Maybe that's why he came back, to warn us, to remind us that we still have a choice. Because once the divergence happens, there's no going back.
He told me that long ago, in our century, humanity made a choice to value efficiency over empathy. Governments began letting AI run decisions. Companies stopped hiring humans. Society became faster, smoother, but emptier. Then, he said something terrifying. In your lifetime, an event will occur, something that looks like progress but isn't. A technology so powerful, it will rewrite what it means to be human. That's the divergence point. I asked if we could stop it. He looked away and said, "We tried." On the third night, I heard strange noises outside my house, a kind of low hum, like static electricity filling the air. Elias stood up suddenly, panicked. "They found me," he said. Before I could ask who they were, the lights flickered. My phone went dead. A pulse of blue light filled the room, and for a brief second, I saw them. 3 figures, tall, expressionless, wearing the same silver material as Elias, but their faces were blank, like digital masks. He turned to me and said, "You have to remember this. Tell them. Everything depends on it." Then, there was another flash, and he was gone. My power returned a moment later. Everything was normal again. No sign of him, no trace of the light. I thought maybe I'd dreamed it, until I looked on my desk. Lying there was a small metallic disc, no bigger than a coin, glowing faintly with a strange pattern that shifted like a heartbeat. I've tried to analyze it, to record it, but every device I use corrupts instantly. I even tried filming it once. The footage came out blank, except for one single frame. When I slowed it down, I could see text, words that weren't in any language I recognized. But after days of decoding, I found something hidden within the data. A single English sentence. It read, "The divergence begins in 2027. Ever since that night, I've started noticing things. Headlines, experiments, AI programs that seem eerily close to what Elias described. Maybe he was a hoax. Maybe he was insane. But what if he wasn't?